Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit für das deutsche Vaterland. Danach lass uns alle streben, brüderlich mit Herz und Hand. Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit sind des Glückes Unterpfand. Blühen Bronze dieses Glückes, blühe deutsches Vaterland. Blühen Bronze dieses Glückes, blühe deutsches Vaterland. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glad, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the Kissling Non-Commissioned Officers Academy Intermediate Leadership Experience Graduation for Class 17-2. I am Technical Sergeant Gregory Hobbs, your Master of Ceremonies, and on behalf of the Commandant and the cadre of the Kissling Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, I am delighted to welcome you to today's event. Thank you to Senior Airman Paula Hunt from the United States Air Force's in Europe Band for the excellent renditions of the German and American national anthems. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it is my honor to introduce our distinguished guest. Our guest speaker for today's ceremony, the Senior Enlisted Advisor for the Defense Commissary Agency's Europe Area, Chief Master Sergeant Wayne Jones. The Commandant of the Kissling Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, Chief Master Sergeant Tamar Dennis. Command Chief Master Sergeant, United States Air Forces Europe, Air Forces Africa, Chief Master Sergeant Philip Easton. Commander, NATO Airborne Early Warning and Control Force, Supreme Allied Powers Europe, Major General Don Donlon. Air Force Element Senior Enlisted Leader, NATO Airborne Early Warning and Control Force, Supreme Allied Powers Europe, Chief Master Sergeant Marcus Retu. Vice Commander, 86th Airlift Wing, Colonel Brandon Howman. From the 86th Airlift Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Parker. Commander, 435th Air Ground Operations Wing, Colonel Andrea Kniep. Command Chief Master Sergeant, 435th Air Ground Operations Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Samuel Simmons. 521st Air Mobility Operations Wing, Colonel Thomas Cooper. Command Chief Master Sergeant, 521st Air Mobility Operations Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Mark Redden. We want to recognize all the directors, commanders, chief master sergeants, first sergeants, supervisors, mentors, and friends of our graduates who have extended their support throughout the course. Thank you for being a part of today's ceremony. We also want to pay special recognition to the individuals whose support cannot be truly measured, our graduates' families. They have sacrificed for mission requirements, TDY commitments, deployment, and PCS moves. These sacrifices are not uncommon to those who are part of the Air Force family. Their families' contributions have advanced these NCOs to arrive at this point in their career. Will the spouses, significant others, and family members of our graduates please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. This afternoon, we celebrate the successful completion of the Non-Commissioned Officers Academy Intermediate Leadership Experience for our 143 non-commissioned officers. The ILE course is designed to develop adaptable NCOs for current and future leadership and management challenges in order to think and act critically in complex and ambiguous environments, such as the ones we face every day. Today's graduates, with a class average of 10.3 years time in service, represent an elite group of junior NCOs from across USAFE Africa. They led the charge and completed their distance learning course and have now capstoned their junior enlisted education with the completion of the ILE. Our students devoted themselves to 198 academic hours, which focus on 192 competencies and 38 leadership behaviors. They successfully accomplished 25 academic days, 7 graded written assignments, and 2 graded briefings. Each student received 360-degree feedback daily from peers and instructors. The feedback provoked individual self-reflection and ultimately a change in behavior. This graduation ceremony is a proud part of our profession of arms. It is a time to recognize how our enlisted leaders challenge, train, mentor, and guide the future of our great Air Force, our airmen. There were many discussions and displays of leadership throughout the 25 academic days. A select few NCOs are distinguished by the ropes they are wearing. The ropes represent the Class 17-2 student leadership. These students led their peers throughout the entire experience. Our class leader is wearing a red rope, and our 12 flight leaders are identified by their yellow ropes. The black ropes represent key players for our reveille and retreat ceremonies held throughout the class. Students of Class 17-2, congratulations. You've risen to the challenges placed in front of you and have succeeded. This ceremony, the reason we're all here today, is to salute you. We sincerely hope that your intermediate leadership experience will always be one you will remember. At this time, it's with great honor that we introduce our guest speaker for this afternoon. Chief Master Sergeant Wayne Jones is Defense Commissary Agency's Senior Enlisted Advisor for DECA's Europe area, headquartered at Cologne Air Station, Germany. He is responsible for advising Europe Area Director on service member needs related to the commissary benefit and services as the agency's liaison with installation leaders. His area of responsibility encompasses 33 stores in 10 countries. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce Chief Master Sergeant Wayne Jones.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for the warm and humbling welcome. First, let me start by saying thank you to our distinguished visitors today. Chief Eason, General Dunlap, Colonel Heilman, Chief Parker, Colonel Knibb. It was close, I tried. Chief Simmons, Colonel Cooper, Chief Redden, and Chief Redden. Yes, man. Thank you all for coming out today. Appreciate it. I would also like to thank the Commandant, Chief Dennis, for having me over and inviting me to speak to you all today and allowing me the opportunity to share a few of my thoughts with you all. I'd also like to take a moment to welcome all the directors, colonels, commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, family members, co-workers. This event here is extremely important, and to have you all here today means everything to them and means everything to us. Because by you supporting them, it only drives them to be better and move on. So we appreciate that. Lastly, I would like to congratulate Class 17-2 on your huge accomplishment, which demands celebration. Congratulations on your successful completion of this course. One final note before I really begin. Can I get a huge round of applause? Many of you didn't see this today, but you must. I added this late because it was so important. Can I get a huge round of applause for the instructors and their rendition of the Spirits of the Past performance today? It was absolutely amazing. Anyone who has not seen that performance must see it. I don't cry for anything, and that thing brought a tear in my eyes. You guys are amazing. So, as I was approached by Chief Dennis to speak to this distinguished quorum of professionals today, I thought briefly about the ways to present my material. I paused for a moment and mentally listed 3 of my favorites. One was, pick 2 or 3 points, pick a number, and basically discuss with you today what those points are. So, if I had 3 points, you would be sitting, what you would do is you'd sit in the crowd and you would say, okay, he said 4. And you'd count them mentally in your mind. And you'd wait until I got to the last one, because that's when you'd know I was done. And then there's the traditional way, which is a short story, which has the traditional beginning, middle, and end. And you wait for the climactic finish, of which you really don't know when it's coming, you're just really waiting for the punchline. Finally, there's the third method, and that's the acronym approach. And that's where I pick a word like fact and tell you what each letter means to me and how it could relate to you and be used by you. This method has you reacting similarly to the first approach. You count the letters in the word, and once I get to the last letter, you understand that my time before you is coming to a close. My personal favorite is the last approach, and after spending some time with the class yesterday, I picked a brand new acronym specifically for them. So today we will discuss the meaning of the word, or the acronym, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Ain't nobody got time for that. Actually, today I would like to explain the acronym FAITH. What is faith? One definition is complete trust and confidence in someone or something. This definition can be a standalone statement, and this speech would be over. But that is not the case. There is, of course, another definition, which is a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of religion. But for today's purposes, faith stands for family, accountability, integrity, trust, and honesty. See, some of these words are going to sound familiar to the class, because I had the privilege of spending a little bit of time with them yesterday, like I mentioned. If you indulge me for a few moments, I'll start with family. Mainly because it's the first letter, but more importantly because it's the most important piece of this whole thing called life and our careers. When you enter the Air Force, you have just left your family and immediately thrown into a new one. a brotherhood and sisterhood that grows as you progress through your careers. I ask that you embrace it, because these airmen will forever be your wingmen. Stand by you side by side, and with them by your side, you can do anything. The second part of this, though, is equally important, and it's your family. Your spouse, significant other, children, parents, etc. And if your home life is unhealthy, you place the mission at risk. Always put them first, because there are only two guarantees in life that I'm aware of. One's taxes, and the other one's death. The latter is undetermined, and as we spoke yesterday, you will never know when your time expires. So always take care of them. One day, everybody sitting in this room wearing a uniform will hang it up for the very last time. And when that day comes, I hope that you have your family by your side. Keep them happy and place them first. Second, the second word is accountability, which can be personally and professionally. Personal accountability will be tied into other words used in this acronym later. So professionally, we need to hold our people accountable. No one wakes up and says, I want to be a poor performer or underperformer intentionally. But when they do, you need to make them toe the line. Provide proper feedback and corrective actions. Provide them a course of action that will enable them to overcome mistakes. Train our future leaders. On the opposite side of the spectrum, promote your superstars and encourage them to help others in need. Often we forget that we are a team. If we think about it, we get promoted off of the efforts of the team. What I mean by this is no one goes out and builds a bomb by themselves. No one goes out and runs the dining facility by itself. No one person gets a sortie off the ground by themselves, right? But I say this only to say, I say all that to say this. Even with the new EPR system, there are people that feel that they are hurting others' careers if they don't give them the best ratings. I can't stress this last point enough. You're not giving them anything. You're simply documenting what you saw. If it was amazing things, then write it down. If it was substandard, then write that down as well. Performers, EPRs, should not be the same as underperformers. Remember, you are simply documenting how they performed. You are not affecting their careers, they are. You're just documenting it. Leaders make the tough decisions. And if you don't make the tough decisions, your integrity will be called into question. Which is our next word. Integrity by definition means doing the right thing in a reliable way. It's a personality trait that we admire, since it means a person has a moral compass that does not waver. Ensure that you are always doing the right thing when no one else is watching, because normally, someone is always watching. One without integrity is one without respect. If your people don't respect you, you'll be hard-pressed to get them to follow you. And if they follow you, they will always wonder if you have had their best interests at mind when you're not around. Always stand fast and never allow your integrity to be called into question. Do the right thing. Doing the right thing is a need, not a want. Our fourth word is trust. This word has a number of different meanings, but in this particular case, we'll discuss trust for others, or trust in others. If I'm being honest, this is one that's been the hardest for me. I always did everything by myself. I didn't allow others to do things because I didn't want them to mess it up. But that all changed when I PCS to Vandenberg in 2005. I could no longer afford to do everything by myself because I didn't know the weapon system. I had to rely on others. When difficult tasks arose and had to trust others to complete tasks in a manner that is consistent with the quality that I expected, I learned that you have to allow people to perform in the manner that they have been trained. And in many cases, they will have been trained by you and know that you have prepared them for the mission at hand. Ultimately, there are so many tasks that need to be done Without trusting others or delegating properly, the mission will not get done. Allow your people to show off everything you and your people have taught them. Allow them to bask in the glory of their successes. And in the off chance that they fail, own their failures as your own. That's what leaders do. The last word is honesty, which is also twofold. You know, to be honest with yourself and allow your people to be honest with you. Open and complete honesty is a must in our profession. We cannot be afraid to tell the commanders that he or she is not wearing any clothes. Now don't get me wrong. They don't have to like the truth and the openness, but they do have to respect the facts and always be tactful. Be honest with yourself. We all have limitations and strengths. Allow others to communicate with us and help us grow as professionals and as individuals. If someone notices that we are struggling, allow them to help us. Be honest with ourselves. And always be honest with your people, which ties right back to integrity. There is a quote that I like from Buddha, who said this: "My actions are my only true belongings. I cannot escape their consequences. My actions are the ground on which I stand." So I leave you with this. Shall the days before you be filled with family on and off duty, of whom you will always be accountable for and to, held together with your integrity, while you trust in all your actions and are completely honest as you move forward to lead our airmen. Thank you for your time, and thank you for all that you will do for our great nation. I am excited to see what the future holds for each and every one of you, and equally excited to see all the great things that you will accomplish. Congratulations, Class 17-2, on your successful completion of the Non-Commissioned Officer Academy, and may God bless you all.
Chief Jones, thank you for your words of inspiration and encouragement. Chief Master Sergeant Dennis, would you please join Chief Jones on stage to present the awards? Throughout the Air Force and enlisted professional military education, it is tradition to recognize excellence in performance. We do this through our awards program. Families and friends, please feel free to come forward and take photographs. Our first presentation is the Commandant's Award. This award recognizes the students who displayed outstanding leadership within the classroom and beyond, exhibited exceptional military bearing and highly effective interpersonal skills. 14 students were selected by their peers and instructors to represent their respective flights. Chief Dennis interviewed all the nominees and made the final selection. Nominees, as I announce your name, please stand and remain standing until all nominees are announced. Audience, please hold your applause until the names of all 14 nominees are announced. And the nominees are, from Predator Flight, Technical Sergeant Cal Adams. From Hercules Flight, Technical Sergeant Michael Miller. From Atlas Flight, Technical Sergeant Robert DeGrosse. From Atlas Flight, Technical Sergeant Alexander Barrera. From Eagle Flight, Technical Sergeant Carl Countryman. From Thunderbolt, Technical Sergeant Aldo Delgado. From Reaper, Staff Sergeant Stephanie Davis. From Pave Hulk, Technical Sergeant Patrick Corbell. From Raptor, Technical Sergeant Christy Sturtevant. From Spartan, Technical Sergeant Leanne Roselle. From Spartan, Technical Sergeant Sharita Jackson. From Atlas, Technical Sergeant Alan Adams. From Galaxy, Technical Sergeant Daryl Jones. Galaxy! And from Raptor, Staff Sergeant John Bale. Nominees, you may be seated. The Kissling Non-Commissioned Officers Academy's Commandant Award winner is from Raptor Flight, Technical Sergeant Christy Sturtevant. Sergeant Sturtevant is a member of the 31st Security Forces Squadron, Aviano. The next award is the Academic Achievement Award. It is awarded to the student who has shown excellence as a scholar by achieving the highest combined scores on all summative evaluations. And the Academic Achievement Award winner is from Spartan Flight, Technical Sergeant Leanne Roswell. Sergeant Roswell is a member of the 24th Intelligence Squadron, Ramstein. Our next award presentations are the Distinguished Graduate Awards. These awards highlight excellence as both a leader and a scholar. It represents the top 10% of the class, and 13 students have earned this exceptional distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished graduates are from Hercules Flight, Technical Sergeant Michael Miller. Sergeant Miller is a member of the 725th Air Mobility Squadron, Rota. From Thunderbolt Flight, Technical Sergeant Aldo Delgado. Sergeant Delgado is a member of the 748th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Lakenheath. From Atlas Flight, Technical Sergeant Alexander Barrera. Sergeant Barrera is a member of the Global Activity Squadron, Detachment 3, Ramstein. From Eagle Flight, Technical Sergeant Carl Countryman. Sergeant Countryman is a member of the 100th Logistic Readiness Squadron, Mildenhall. From Spartan Flight, Technical Sergeant Leanne Roswell. Sergeant Roswell is a member of the 24th Intelligence Squadron, Ramstein. From Paypal Flight, Technical Sergeant Patrick Corbell. Sergeant Corbell is a member of the 31st Spider Wing, Aviano. From Spartan Flight, Technical Sergeant Sharita Jackson. Sergeant Jackson is a member of the 86th Airlift Wing, Ramstein. From Raptor Flight, Technical Sergeant Christy Sturtevant. Sergeant Sturtevant is a member of the 31st Security Forces Squadron, Aviano. From Galaxy Flight, Technical Sergeant Daryl Jones. Sergeant Jones is a member of the 52nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, Spain Valley. From Reaper Flight, Staff Sergeant Stephanie Davis. Sergeant Davis is a member of the 313th Expeditionary Operations Support Squadron, Ramstein. From Atlas Flight, Technical Sergeant Alan Adams. Sergeant Adams is a member of the 52nd Civil Engineer Squadron, Spain Valley. From Galaxy Flight, Staff Sergeant David Miller. Sergeant Miller is a member of the 48th Contracting Squadron, Lake and Heath. And finally, from Paypal Flight, Technical Sergeant Nathan Cooley. Sergeant Cooley is a member of the 606 Air Control Squadron, Aviano.
606! What's wrong? Air Control!
Receiving recognition as a top leader and scholar from any group in today's Air Force is a true honor. We will now recognize the student who has reached this pinnacle of performance by awarding the John L. Levito Honor Graduate Award. The John L. Levito Award is the highest recognition attainable at any level of enlisted professional military education. The recipient of this award clearly excelled in areas of academics, dress and personal appearance, interpersonal skills, military bearing, and overall leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kissling Non-Commissioned Officers Academy John L. Levito Honor Graduate Award winner is, from Predator Flight, Technical Sergeant Cal Adams. Sergeant Adams is a member of the 423rd Force Support Squadron, Altenbury. Thank you, Chief Jones and Chief Dennis. Now, it's time to capstone Class 17-2's intermediate leadership experience and honor our enlisted heritage by presenting our students with their well-earned graduation diplomas. Audience, please feel free to applaud as the graduates make their way across the stage. Students, prepare for graduation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Deering. It is with great pride and honor that I present to you graduates from Reaper Flight. Beginning with the flight leader from the 52nd Maintenance Squadron, Spain Valley, Technical Sergeant Louis Waxmonsky. From the 52nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, Spain Valley, Technical Sergeant Donnell Carney Sr.
Oh, yeah! Hell yeah!
From the 52nd Comptroller Squadron, Spain Valley, Technical Sergeant Tiffany Coleman. From the 313th Expeditionary Operations Support Squadron, Ramstein, Staff Sergeant Stephanie Davis. From the 422nd 52nd Maintenance Squadron, Spengali, Staff Sergeant James McNeil. From the 352nd Special Operations Maintenance Squadron, Milton Hall, Technical Sergeant Craig Moffitt. From the 86th Medical Squadron, Launch School, Technical Sergeant Eva Liz Ramos. From the 86th Communications Squadron, Ramstein, Staff Sergeant Dustin Spielman. From Detachment 4, 18th Intelligence Squadron, Feltwell, Technical Sergeant Michael Stahl. From the 1st Communication Maintenance Squadron, Capone, Staff Sergeant Ryan Unger. From the 603rd Air Communications Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Antonio Vigil.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Senior Master Sergeant Peterson. It is with great pride and honor that I present to you the graduates from Falcon Flight, beginning with the flight deck. From the 569th United States Forces Police Squadron, Capone, Technical Sergeant John Jensen. From the 100th Security Forces Squadron, Wildenhall, Technical Sergeant Roy Carter. From the 725th Air Mobility Squadron, Roanoke, Technical Sergeant Thackeray Nancy. From the 86th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Justin German. From the 52nd Aerospace Medical Squadron, Spengali, Technical Sergeant Shannon Johnson. From the 86th Naval Landing Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Jonathan Blair. From the 52nd Aerospace Medical Squadron, Spengali, Technical Sergeant Shannon Johnson. From the 52nd Aerospace Bengali, Technical Sergeant Caleb Jones. From the 703rd Munitions Support Squadron, Vocal, Technical Sergeant Jody Gooch. From the 603rd Air Communications Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Javier Ramos.
From the 48th Operations Support Squadron, Lincoln Heath, Technical Sergeant Kyle Marston. From the 31st Beacon Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Dale Marsh. From the 52nd Communications Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant George Monroe. From the 488th Intelligence Squadron, Digby, Technical Sergeant Matthew Strunk. And finally, from the 321st Special Tactics Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Edward Judy.
Well, hello there. It's me again. And it's with great pride and honor that I introduce to you the graduates from Atlas, the Honor Flight. Beginning with the flight leader from the 52nd Maintenance Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant Jonathan Titanphone. From the 52nd Civil Engineer Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant Alan Adams. From the Global Activities Squadron, Detachment 3, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Alexander Barrera. From the Defense Intelligence Agency, Stuttgart, Technical Sergeant Lance Bowes. From the 31st Logistics Readiness Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Les Buster. From the 52nd Operations Support Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant Robert DeGrasse. From the 86th Control Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Ronald Fallione. From the 48th Logistic Readiness Squadron, Lincoln Heath, Technical Sergeant Linda Lease. From the 52nd Civil Engineer Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant Aaron Muchmore. From the 725th Air Mobility Squadron, Rota Naval Air Station, Technical Sergeant Jonathan Negroni. From the 693rd Intelligence Support Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Vanessa Vigil. And finally, from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, Gallenkirchen, Technical Sergeant Cal Weiner.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant R, and it is with great pride and honor that I introduce to you the graduates from Spartan Flight, beginning with the flight leader from the 100th Maintenance Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Richard Walden. From the 48th Security Forces Squadron, Lincoln Heath, Technical Sergeant Daryl Alpici. From the 48 Component Maintenance Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Adam Barker. From the 52nd Civil Engineer Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant Brennan Cornett. From the 86th Maintenance Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant William Dunn. From the 435th Contingency Response Support Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Lee Hartfixon. From the 86th Airlift Wing, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Sharita Jackson. From the 48th Equipment Maintenance Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Gary Nelson. From the 24th Intelligence Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Leanne Roselle. From the 48th Equipment Maintenance Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant John Michael Sibilli. And last but not least, from the 31st Munitions Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Ryan Woolley.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Johnson, and it is with great pride and honor that I present to you the graduates from Spirit Flight, beginning with the flight leader. From the 31st Civil Engineer Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Amanda Fox. From the 86th Communications Squadron, Ramstein, Staff Sergeant Sherman Cummings. Tech Sergeant Eddie Adrosa. From the 7th Reconnaissance Squadron, Sigonella, Technical Sergeant Christopher Eldridge. From the 48th Force Support Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Louis Escobar, Jr. From Headquarters, United States Air Forces in Europe, Air Forces Africa, Directorate of Intelligence, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Bradley Harris. From the 2nd Air Support Operations Squadron, Vilsec, Technical Sergeant Seth Hunt. From the 450th Intelligence Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Raymond Lacoste. From the 422nd Communications Squadron, Crowton, Staff Sergeant Eric McCabe. From the 37th Airlift Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Jonathan Perry. From the 748th Air Maintenance Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Joseph Ross. And last but not least, from the 748th Air Maintenance Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Amber Wright.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Technical Sergeant Haldeman, and it's with great pride and honor that I present to you the graduates from Raptor Flight. with my flight leader from the 693rd Intelligence Support Squadron Ramstein, Tech Sergeant John Gill. From the Area Defense Council, Aviano, Staff Sergeant John Bell. From the 373rd Training Squadron Detachment 19 Mildenhall, Tech Sergeant Michael Berube. From the 100th Maintenance Squadron Mildenhall, Tech Sergeant Charles Farnsworth. From the 86th Medical Group, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Victoria Pierce. The 31st Communications Squadron, Aviano, Tech Sergeant Nathan Reisman. From the 488th Intelligence Squadron, Mildenhall, Staff Sergeant William Reeves. From the 721st Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Ramstein, Tech Sergeant Lydia Sandrini. From the 31st Security Forces Squadron, Aviano, Tech Sergeant Christy Sturdivant. From the 95th Reconnaissance Squadron, Mildenhall, Tech Sergeant Anthony Weshy. From the 702nd Munitions Support Squadron, Mutual, Staff Sergeant Huilin Z. From the Air Force's Flight Standard Agency, Capone, Tech Sergeant Chad Zucchetto.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Martin. It is with great pride and pleasure that I present to you the graduates from Eagle Flight, beginning with the flight leader from the North Atlantic Treaty Organization Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Ballacurtion, Technical Sergeant Adam Berghofer. From the 48th Maintenance Group, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant Isaiah Beltran. From the 48th Security Forces Squadron, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant Alexis Cal. From the 100th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Carl Countryman. From the 485th Intelligence Squadron, Mines Castle, Staff Sergeant Paul Dakins. From the 31st Medical Group, Surgical Services, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Wynn Dressler. From the 86th Civil Engineer Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Jonathan Eubanks. From the 52nd Aerospace Medicine Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant Rachel Marsden. From the 52nd Operations Support Squadron, Spangdahlem, Technical Sergeant Terry Phillips. From the 352nd Civil Engineer Squadron, Craig Gollum, Technical Sergeant Anthony Pinero. From the 352nd Maintenance Group, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Christopher Sissom. And last but not least, from the 48th Munition Squadron, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant Barry Waters.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Camel Carrington. It is with great pride and honor that I present to you the graduates from Haycroft Flight, beginning with the flight leader. From the 7th Reconnaissance Squadron, Sigonella, Technical Sergeant Douglas Amon. From the 31st Operations Support Squadron, Aviano, Staff Sergeant Aaron Royals. From the 606 Air Control Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Nathan Coley. From the 606 Air Control Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Nathan Coley. From the 31st Fighter Wing, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Patrick Corbeil. From the 48th Medical Group, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant Brandon Garrison. From the 724th Air Mobility Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Perry Martin. From the 100th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Lashika Hilliard. From the 501st Combat Support Wing Regional Contracting Office, Alconbury, Technical Sergeant Michael Reyes. From the 48th Security Forces Squadron, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant David Stanley. From the 435th Contracting and Training Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Bradley Staples. From the 86th Communications Squadron, stand by. Technical Sergeant Willie. Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Young, and it is with great pride and honor that I present to you the graduates from the Galaxy Flight, beginning with our flight leader. From the 693rd Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Juan Torres. From North Atlantic Treaty Organization, Gallenkirchen, Technical Sergeant Andrea Bolaños. From the 48th Maintenance Group, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant Tyler Borstrom. From the 352nd Special Operations Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Christopher Burton. 3rd Air Operations Center, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Tiffany China Wells. From the 485th Intelligence Squadron, Mines Cassell, Technical Sergeant D'Alex Harrell. From the 31st Communications Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Kevin Henningberg. From the 52nd Logistics Readiness Squadron, Spangalum, Technical Sergeant Dariel Jones. From the 569th United Forces Police Squadron, Vogel Bay, Technical Sergeant Andrew Mazzetti. From the 48th Contracting Squadron, Lakenheath, Staff Sergeant David Miller. From the 31st Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Brandon Rhodes. From the 435th Construction Training Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Andrew Sanders.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Technical Sergeant Oak, and it is with great pride and honor that I'd like to present to you the graduates from Hercules, beginning with our flight leader. From the Air Force's Element, Linwood Hill, Technical Sergeant Yara Hernandez. From the 100th Logistic Readiness Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Sebastian Bedoya. From the 31st Security Forces Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Benjamin Banky. From the 725th Air Mobility Squadron, Rota, Technical Sergeant Cody Fontaine. From the 52nd Communications Squadron, Spangalum, Technical Sergeant Robert Ganglish. From the Defense Courier Division, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Shavika Harvey. From the 725th Air Mobility Squadron, Rota, Technical Sergeant Michael Miller. From the 726th Air Mobility Squadron, Spangalum, Technical Sergeant Rafael Perez. From the Headquarters Air Force's Flight Standards Agency, Capone, Technical Sergeant Timothy Rice. From the 48th Civil Engineer Squadron, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant Jake Smith. From the 721st Aerial Support Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Brian Tiset. And last but not least, from the 48th Dental Squadron, Lakenheath, Technical Sergeant Timothy Wright.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Technical Sergeant Johnson. It is with great pride and honor that I present to you the graduates from Thunderbolt Flight, starting with the flight leader. From the 492nd Fighter Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Ashley Hayes. From the 423rd Security Forces Squadron, Altenbury, Technical Sergeant Robert Bravo. From the 86th Maintenance Squadron, Ramstein, Technical Sergeant Joseph Caldwell. From the 748th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Aldo Delgado. From the 488th Intelligence Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Jonathan Hartner. From the 1st Communications Maintenance Squadron, Capone, Technical Sergeant Brian Johnson. From the Defense Media Activity, SEMBAC, Technical Sergeant Brian Kimball. From the 52nd Civil Engineer Squadron, Spandala, Technical Sergeant Mario Martinez. From the 31st Maintenance Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Eric Newell. From the 48th Aircraft Maintenance Squadron, Lake and Heath, Technical Sergeant Prince Owusu. From the 724th Air Mobility Squadron, Aviano, Technical Sergeant Alicia Sullivan. And from the 100th Communications Squadron, Mildenhall, Technical Sergeant Ian Velez.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about one more round of applause for our graduates? Thank you. Winds Aloft from the United States Air Force is in your band for the excellent music. Now, we'll hear closing comments from Chief Dennis, followed by the class leader dismissal of the class by leading and reciting the Airman's Creed. Finally, we will conclude our ceremony with you, the audience, joining us as we sing the Air Force song.
All right. Can I get one more round of applause for all of our graduates? Sergeant Hobbs, Chief Easton, General Dunlap, Chief Master Sergeant Riddick, Colonel Hellman, Chief Parker, Colonel Panini, Chief Simmons, Colonel Cooper, and Chief Bredden, commanders, group commanders, all the other supervisors, first sergeants, chiefs, leaders, and most of all the family members that are here supporting our graduates. We really appreciate your continuous support for them, taking them out of pocket, out of hide from the work center, for the folks that are TDY, away from their families for 5 weeks, in order for them to get this really important enlisted professional military education. We appreciate your continued support as they achieve this significant milestone in their military career. So thank you so much. Jones, know you recently had surgery, sir. We just appreciate you taking the time. You spent the day with us yesterday and you came back this morning bright and early, and you're here this afternoon presenting to our graduates and our guests, and for that we're grateful, so thank you. And to our amazing cadre team of Kissling NCO Academy. To include our new members, Technical Sergeant Samantha Cook, where are you? Woo! Senior Master Sergeant Jake Peterson. This command is blessed beyond measures to have each and every one of you professionals educating our junior NCOs. Thank you for your tenacious spirit and your dedication to what we, the Air Force, has asked you to do. So thank you for all you do each and every day. And last but definitely not least, for graduates, class 17-2, congratulations on your graduation from your intermediate leadership experience. This is an exciting end to a significant milestone. We are proud of your achievements today. And as I stated this morning, you are a part of our championship team. So let your actions and your word continuously reflect champion. You already have a purpose, so bring passion with everything that you do each and every day. Train and execute daily with passion. Deliberately develop yourselves and your NCOs and your airmen with passion. Inspire and motivate all that you come in contact with passion. You get it? And thank you for your continued commitment to our United States Air Force. Technical Sergeant Adams, you may now take charge of your class. Thank you all. Have a great evening.
Class 17-2, 10 Chuck. I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield, its century and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail.
Class 17-2, what is your mission?
Fly, fight, win, gain airspace, cyberspace.
Dismiss!
No, that's fine. I was looking for it that way. I'll hold on to it.